It's time for the correction. Okay, so I'm going to read the passage and supply the missing words at the same time. When I think it necessary, I will explain. I will give more explanation for some of the words. Okay? Right, the other day, some 2 or 3 days ago actually, I visited my sister in hospital the other day. Other. The word is other. Why is it other? Because we don't know exactly when the day was. Okay? The day is not specified here. It is just some 2 or 3 days. Okay? I continue. She is older than I am. In fact, she is almost grown up, and when I was born, I think you don't need any more explanation. It's very clear. She had undergone, but you can also say she had a minor operation, but was reported to have largely got. Do you remember to get over? Alright, yes, to get over means to recover from. Alright? And was reported to have largely got over the after effects of this. Okay, let's go back to undergone. Undergone, the infinitive of undergone is to undergo. To undergo is subir in French. Alright? Let's continue. My wife suggested my taking her some flowers and fruit, but she said that I need not take her any books, as she herself had given her a lot already. Okay, right. My, I repeat, for number 6 you have my, for number 7 you have need. It must be a modal verb, but if you could do it, but if you used should, it is also acceptable. Okay? Alright, and number 8, in number 8 we've got a lot of possibilities. With number 8 we've got a lot of possibilities. You can say already, you can put earlier, you can put recently, but it must be an adverb. Okay? I continue. This was my first visit, so it took me several minutes to locate the word she was in. This was my first visit, so it took me several minutes because the place was not familiar. The place was new. And what is a ward? A ward is the room that we have in hospitals. Okay? So a ward is a hospital room. I continue. Now it gets a little bit complicated. I always find hospital visiting somewhat of an ordeal, and as I walked between the rows or lines of beds, I felt really or very. In fact, here you can use any adverb that comes into your mind to qualify the adjective depressed. Okay? Alright, let's go back to somewhat. Somewhat in French is quelque peu, and ordeal is something difficult that someone can go through in his life, like a difficult test. Alright? Okay, so if we translate it into French in a simple way, just to make it clearer, because I'm sure that this sentence structure is new for you, somewhat of an ordeal can be translated quelque peu difficile. Alright? I continue. I said you can use any adverb here. You can use very, you can use extremely, you can use really. I felt really depressed, especially at the sight of the lonely patients, those whose. For number 13, you use whose, okay? Whose friends had not turned up to chat with them. To turn up is to arrive. I continue. My sister was half sitting, half lying. Half lying, L-Y-I-N-G. Half lying, propped up on pillows with a paperback detective story in her hand. For number 16, her. I don't think I need to explain more because the sentence is rather simple. She put aside the book, a little reluctantly it seemed, thanked me in a rather half-hearted way for the gifts, and I am sure that you are tempted to use looked at here, but the problem is looked at is one word, is two words, and we are not allowed to do that. So what could replace looked at? Yes, watched can be used here, observed, but also eyed, E-Y-E-D. Okay, I repeat. She put aside the book, a little reluctantly it seemed, thanked me in a rather half-hearted way for the gift, and watched me or eyed me or observed me silently while I took a seat on the hard wooden chair by her bedside. Seat, S-E-A-T. All right. I commented on. To comment on. I commented on how well she looked, but she ignored my remark. Tell me, she burst out unexpectedly, if you were a doctor and wanted to commit, C-O-M-M-I-T, but you can also use do here, okay? And wanted to commit a murder or to do a murder, one of your patients, of course, how would you do it? All right, yeah, that's a very strange question to ask. Okay, so we have finished with this exercise, but now I'm going to give you some tips on how to go about having a good discussion in class. All right?